Ooh, it's frosty in here. Frosty. That'll come in handy here in the next few days. Look at her, she's cleaning the floor. She looks pretty good doing it too, don't she? Yep. It's funny how much a car that's been sitting in the sun will warm up the shop once you pull it in. She said. Quick! This thing needs an idler arm. It's not terrible. It's not that hard to change either. I kind of like to do it while it's up. But I called one parts store and they said, we can't get one for that car. That's strange. We can't get one for that car. I called the same chain, different town. The guy said, is that a 2.0 or a 2.3? I said, it's a 5.7. He said, So I think, and he could get one, he said. But I think one guy is looking at the wrong car. I don't believe either one of them is what I'm saying. I'm going to try another one. I called the fourth store, and he wanted to know if it was what engine, so it was a tensioner pulley. You know, these young boys, that bless their hearts, they just don't know cars. What are you going to do? It's the way it is. I think I'm going to skip it. It's not very bad. It's a little loose. It'll be fine. The truth of the matter is, I've been knowing it needs one for probably 20 years. But it's not bad, so. And it ain't been drove much in 20 years. So, I'm going to run it. I'm going to order one online somewhere so I know I'm getting the right one. And that's how I'm going to roll. I'm also going to change the oil in the differential. Pretty sure I can get that in town.
Maybe.
Alright, and I need to buy an oil filter and oil, looks like. It takes a 1069 Napa, but I got only two 1061s, which will work. But this thing has an oil cooler too, and I don't know, it don't need to hang down too far. That's how low a 1069 hangs. 1061 would work. But I gotta go buy stuff anyways. So we went to the parts store to buy an oil filter and some oil and some gear oil because I'm going to change the differential. I didn't realize how miffed she was. I started talking about what I need to do to that 57 to fix the dry shaft scraping. And I said, should I cut the floorboards and move everything over, or should I do the differential, shorten the axle and all that? She said, that's probably the right way to do it, and it should have been done that way the first time. So, excuse me. What are you doing?
Opening this.
Huh?
Differential.
You're doing what?
Opening this differential.
Why are you opening it?
Change the oil in it.
I see. Apparently that's the desirable 9-bolt Australian. But I don't know. All I know is it mostly wants to spin the right rear. So I'm going to change the oil in it. This car is not rusty, but that differential's got just a little scale on it, don't it? Went right through this car here not too long ago. Why are you standing back so far?
I don't know what's coming out of there.
Huh?
I don't want to be splattered with oil.
Alright, go ahead. Stuck, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
Might have to go around the other side and wiggle it a little bit. Might have to get plan B. Hang on.
You shut the camera off.
Daggone it, girl.
You gave up to you.
No, you should have stopped when I said. Anyway, we missed that. Well, I guess we can see what gear ratio it is. I think it's 323 or something. Right there's the numbers. We can figure it out. You can still see the yellow from when they set up the gear ratio or set up the rear end. Looks like we probably should have changed this oil a while back. But I don't see anything bad, so we're gonna. Looks like it might have been off one time. I don't know. I never did it. And it only had 20,000 miles on it when I bought it, so I doubt it. I don't know. Who knows? Best I can figure, it has 327 gears in it. And that weird cone posi, which isn't doing the greatest.
You need to clean that silicone out of there?
Huh?
You need to clean that silicone out of there, that screw hole, or will it?
It'll be fine. We didn't have a new gasket, so we siliconed up the old one. She's really having trouble with that. She's asked me 10,000 questions. It's going to be okay.
Alright.
Alright.
Being cautious.
In fact, I'm starting to think she's doubting me. She keeps asking me questions. Why did you do that? What about this?
Don't you, if you want answers, you ask questions?
But I will say it was a great victory today. We had to move the 55 around
Oh my gosh!
and we had to move the 55 around today in our, automobile hoarder shuffle this morning. And it has them aluminum wheels and they kind of leak air a little bit. Well, left front tire is a little slack. And I've been telling her since I built the truck, which I think has been coming up on 10 years, right?
I don't know.
Something like that. Don't got to get real tight now.
Okay.
And she asked me every time, how much air did you say to put in it?
Because
Was it
we
95 and
How many
75?
vehicles? No, I never said 95 and 75.
Was it 15 and 8?
I
And
would never say that.
and so today she hit it right the first time. She said, that's 32 in the front and 28 in the back. I just, number one, I couldn't say a word for about 3 minutes. And then I got so excited, I jumped up and down, I picked her up and spun her around over my shoulder. And I almost tipped over and I may have hurt my back. But I was just so excited. You know what they say, don't you?
What?
Can't let the facts get in the way of a good story.
Yeah.
Now she's going to put the oil in it. And she's going to realize the joys, of doing that.
You gotta edit that out.
Why would I? It's a natural part of life. People burp sometimes. Is it all in there?
No.
No, it's not even close. That's right. You got to squeeze it, even though it makes that noise.
Just go away with the camera, please.
Is it full?
No.
What are you going to do now? There's a quarter of a thing of stuff in the jug, but it won't squirt out. Oh, the joy.
What?
Being the helpful guy that I always am, I've shown her a trick. You stick a piece of 3/8 hose on the end, and then you stick the jug up wherever you can be. But you got to make sure you hold the hose in the end of the jug, or you're going to squirt that all over something, some portion of your body.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever sticks out the most. In my case, that's my belly. Alright, we put the whole cord of the other in. I'm not sure how much it's making that noise again. I'm not sure how much more it's going to take. Maybe a half. But when it starts running out, stop. It's running out. Where's the plug? Just push it in there. That was easy, right?
Yeah, real easy.
She said, what do you think? What should we do about all this rubber stuck to the car? I said, leave it.
He said, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Alright, we're going to need to get some kitty litter to soak up the spillage. But that's okay. Alright, now we got to put speakers in it. After I put the engine oil in. Don't let me forget to do that. This car is probably going to need a rear end before too awful long. Maybe I'll put one of them 8.8s in it. Even though they say this 9-bolt one is the best one, but I don't think it's very good. I don't know. Some of you F-body guys, weigh in and tell me what's up. The oil was pretty darn black in that differential. I put some 85 140 in it this time. With some, and topped it. I put in 1 quart of 85 140 Lucas with a limited slip additive, and topped it off with about a half a quart of 80 90. That's what I did. It's what I did. You know, Mama went to get some kitty litter so we can soak up the spillage there on the floor. Can't seem to do anything without making a mess, but you know, I'm super thankful and blessed. You know, this shop looks like a big fat dump, stuff everywhere, but you know, I got air conditioning. I remember when I built my first, not my first car, but one of the first real ones, a 71 Pontiac Firebird, the one that was wrecked, and you can see that on an early video, like one of the first or second videos on my channel. That car, you can see that car. It's the one I used to build the red one. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. But when I did that car, I painted it in the carport off my house, and I did all the interior in the backyard, and I'd have to quit about 12 o'clock when the sun got high enough that it was coming over the other side of the house. There wasn't no more shade. It'd be so hot you couldn't stand it. So I'm pretty blessed and thankful for, you know, the job I got that pays for all this, and you know, I'm just blessed. So count your blessings. I guess that's my word of the day. All right, now we're going to have an attractive female dump the oil in the engine. No, not like that. You got to turn it sideways, otherwise it's going to glug glug.
Turn this sideways?
No, the jug.
Like this?
Yeah.
Well, I can't do that.
Yes, you can.
I have to do like this. I'm right-handed, not left.
Oh my goodness.
What?
It's doing fine.
I didn't drip anything out.
No.
The whole thing?
Yep, every last drop. Watch it, don't spill out the top of the funnel.
I got this. I got this.
You're not holding your mouth right. Oh. Don't that easy?
Yeah, after you stress me out over it.
I didn't stress you out. You stressed you out. Alright, that's done. They're playing that song from that guy who likes donuts again. Ugh. I took the speaker on the right hand side, still wouldn't play right with a new one in it. So I found some sketchy wiring on the passenger side, or I mean the driver's side. It must have been, it's before I got the car, and I got it in 95. Somebody did some some wrapping wires together and electrical tape wiring up in there. They must have had more speakers in the back and just spliced off the ones that go at the back seat. Anyway, that was a mess. I gotta do some fixing. I got troubles.
Yeah, you got your light on too.
It's stuck to my keys. Eyes up here. My trouble is, took the dash apart, changing the speakers. I got one over there. See it there? That one fits, no problem. Won't fit this side because of the gauges, and the air duct for the defrost has a little notch in it, which will fit the original speaker, but will not fit. Here, hold this. The new speaker. So I can't use it. I'm gonna have to use the original speaker. And the other troubles I got is I've discovered something's wrong with the radio. It's the right side speakers. It must be something with the balance knob in the radio. It won't play those correctly. So I'm doing this whole speaker endeavor for kind of nothing, really. But that's the nature of the beast. If you want smooth sailing, play video games.
I thought, does he really want to get into this the day before we go? Because when you get into these things with these old cars, there's always something else.
Wise words from Mrs. Heavy Chevy. Alright, somebody before me busted all the nuts off these backside of these speaker grills. You know, I loaned this car to somebody for a while. They might have done that. Anyway, I've rigged it up as best I can, which ain't very good in some cases, and I'm gonna have to put it together. Also, if you have an '89 Trans Am, it's real easy to pull the dash. You just need to pull them 4 screws, and then there's 8 or something like that up under there. 7mm pops right out. Even my wife could do it. Open up the back of the car here. Bet you those ain't no good. Alright, it's Sunday morning. Pretty early. We're ready to go to Powertour.